Laurie from Madison Avenue Bookkeeping, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do a bank reconciliation. All right, let's get started. Now you need to do your very first bank reconciliation, and there are a couple steps. You only should start your file with a January date. So you're going to have the issue of having had transactions or a balance from your prior year. So I have kind of like a little dummy bank statement that hopefully works with this demo file. So it says the beginning balance or like ending balance beginning for this, January 2025 statement is $36,725.48. So we need to do a bank rec first to true up and get our 2024 number done. So I did go into the checking account, and I entered an opening balance of $36,725.48, and I just posted it to opening balance equity. So right over here, you see go to bank register, and or if you were in your chart of accounts, you could do that. So I'm going to say reconcile. Now it's really best, please print your statements. Don't try and jump around with screens. That is way too hard when you're brand new. So that's my number. Okay, and I'm going to say 12/31/24. And I'm going to select that. So cleared balance. So again, my bank statement isn't totally right, but we'll use that number, 36,725.48. Okay, click finish. Now, I just had Gemini make me a kind of like a fake one so I could show you this. So let's see how well Gemini did. So we have a beginning balance of that. According to Gemini, our ending balance is 105,279.25. So all those asterisks. Okay, so I'm going to Control C. And now this time I'm going to say, see, that's kind of why I just hit the back button on these, because like I would typed it right and it still was being silly. Okay. So let's look at this and let's look at our bank statement, and we'll talk about things that go wrong on reconciliations. I will put a download on how for a new person, the things we have as a checklist of things that are going wrong that would be a reason you're out. Now, it's kind of hard to show that until it really happens. But what you're looking for is this immediately went to $0 difference, and that it shows that everything went perfectly. Now, sometimes this happens, and like you could have month over month, everything's easy, and then the bank glitches. So Chase, I have a client that it somehow glitches, and like 5 or 6 transactions in each month are always missing, and we have to one by one check off the deposits and expenses in order to find out what was missing, where was the glitch, and what did we need to go and hand enter. I will make another video regarding glitches and bank rec issues. So just because you have gotten to 0 and it looks like everything's great, you still need to check these amounts, because I have been on coaching calls with clients where I'm teaching them, or they've reached out to me as they know something's not right, but their bank recs work and they're really not sure. And they have somehow double entered deposits and expenses. So they get to the right ending balance, but they have maybe double, triple amounts, or they are doing kind of, which is too hard for me to show on this video, a circular entry where they're creating a deposit in an account and it's essentially doing nothing to their profit and loss. It's a whole other issue. Okay, so what you want to do is go check your bank statement for the total expenses. So we have 3867. And that's what we have here. And then our bank statement says the deposits are 72,420.77. So these all have to match. If your deposit number doesn't match your bank statement, don't hit finish. The goal isn't to click finish now with a $0 difference. The goal is to have accurate books. So if your total deposits do not match your bank statement, you need to go and find out why. You may have to check off one by one these transactions. That is really a manual way of doing it, and sometimes you have to if it doesn't work. The other thing is, if some things are hand entered and some things are entered through the bank transaction feed that I taught you how to create the rules and add the transactions, those auto select. But if you went and hand posted those 5 glitchy transactions I was talking about, those will not auto select. So you should scroll through here and see if there are some that need to be checked off. That could be a reason you can't get your bank rec to work. But in this instance, our beginning balance, our total deposits, and our total expenses equal what our bank statement says. So it is okay for us to now click finish now. I would print your bank statement. I would print your reconciliation report. I have some videos on how to organize for your private practice. I would mention that I believe in the binder system. So you could create a binder for the year and call it banking, your practice's name and banking, and print out all of your bank and credit card statements. So we're going to say done. Now the very last step. So you've reconciled, and now you could actually create a profit and loss, also called a P&L or an income statement. So I believe this is step 6. So you're going to go over here to reports. The P&L and the balance sheet are always at the top. And you can put stars next to different things here, and that will then bring it up to the top. So my favorite ones are profit and loss by month. I will create a video on how to read a profit and loss and balance sheet, but this one is just going to be simple of like the end result of posting 1 month with just simply a checking account. We haven't gotten into adding the credit card, adding a loan. These will be following videos. So let's do profit and loss. And this is very simple. This practice should probably have a lot more in expenses. But again, this is a demo file showing you how important it is to break out items. Now, mind you, I see that I made a bad rule that I have to fix later, where one of the insurance companies, Elevance, is going into my parent account, and this really needs to be moved to the Elevance sub-account. But again, that's why you want to review your profit and loss after you have done the work. So nicely here, though, I'm able to collapse that so that maybe at some point I want to look at it individually, but if I just need to know generally how much is coming in insurance versus through my credit card processor, I can tell. And then as we add expenses, this could be low, maybe, the key is just to understand that this is your goal. You need this for the entire year, and it needs to be accurate in order to have your tax preparer prepare your tax return. All right, please post any comments or questions or video requests. I do personally watch those. Also, if you're interested in QuickBooks coaching, there is a link to my calendar for a free 15-minute Zoom consultation. We also offer fixed price bookkeeping for solo mental health practices. If you want, you can schedule a free 15-minute Zoom call where we can go over your needs and level of service that you are looking for, and I can give you a customized quote. All right, have a great day.